Hello everyone. I am a part-time option writer and I use Zerodha for my trading and I love it. But as most of you must have also experienced, once the number of positions increase 20, 50 or 100, it becomes impossible to manage and take some informed decisions here in Kite. So to solve that problem, I created a user script for myself. I call it betterKite. It has several features which I'm going to talk about. I initially gave it to a couple of my friends, and looks like over 1,000 traders are using it now, and I've been getting a lot of requests to document it. So this video is just to show all the features. To install, you have to first install TemperMonkey, and once you install TemperMonkey, then you just go on this link, and it will ask you to install the script. Once the script is installed, you should see a TemperMonkey icon with a badge. You may see a badge just with number one. I have two scripts installed. This is my other personal script, which I have not made public. So you'll see betterKite settings and some other options. To load the script, you simply go to Kite and refresh. Once the page refreshes, you should see some options showing up here. So normally this is what happens. If in case it doesn't show up, for example, it didn't for my case earlier, then you can click on this positions tag to enable and disable the script. So script basically adds some features right on top of the header, and then it adds some scripts on top of the table. Then it adds some features at the bottom of the table when you click on some positions. It also lets you add some information right here along with your positions. And then when you try to add some new position, it will also give you some information at the bottom to take some informed decision. So let's just deep dive into these. So first, script will automatically create group of your strategies based on scripts and or expiries. So right now I have taken positions in Bank Nifty, Maruti, and Nifty, and I have position in one expiry. If there were more expiries or more scripts, they will show up here. These are my user created strategies. I'll talk about them uh, in a moment. Uh, so, so right now I'm looking at all positions. So I have 26 positions. This is my P&L. This is a margin utilized for my positions. And if I keep the mouse on it, I will see the ROI. It's supposed to show, yeah. So currently for my investment, I'm getting 4.27% ROI. I can go and say click on Nifty. So I have 8 Nifty positions. This is my P&L. This is the margin utilized, and this is my ROI. So for margin calculation, we use two methods. One is the Zerodha's basket order method, and the second is Zerodha option margin calculator. So you can go to settings and you can change which method you want to use. Both these methods show margin a little differently. Over a period of time, you may, you know, find one better over other. I sometimes use basket, I sometimes use margin calculator. Margin calculator is more closer to what you see in your fund screen. But basket order gives you, a better idea of what will happen if you execute a new order. Yeah. So this is the overall situation of the strategy or of all the Nifty positions. Then we have filter here. I don't have any MIS positions. I have some put. I can filter on puts. I have some calls. I can filter on calls. So when I filter accordingly, my margin and P&L calculation also changes. Toggle selection helps me toggle the selection of the position which are visible. This is important because if I click on select all checkbox which is given by Zerodha, so it will select all positions whether visible or not visible. You know, but if I want to select say only Nifty positions, I can toggle selection, and now only visible positions are selected. You see the invisible ones are not selected, the hidden ones are not selected. And this is important because when you select position, you see some additional information which is useful. For example, let me toggle it and select one. So for this one position, I've sold so many calls, no put. This is a current P&L. This is the maximum profit possible from this position. So based on this margin, which is required for this position, I can get maximum of 4.47% ROI on this position. Right now, based on the current PNL, which is 12,500, I have achieved 14% of the total profit possible, and my current ROI is 0.6. So if I toggle on, so this is for all selected position. This is same as what you see on top, but I may want to just see for these two positions. These are my main positions, and I can see, okay, this is the maximum profit possible, maximum ROI possible. I've currently achieved 19% of the maximum profit, and I'm at 5.64% ROI. I can close the position if I want. So this is what you see, uh, at the bottom toggle. The save margin, what it does, if you see here, I have not bought any hedge, you know. So save margin, what it does, it will quickly tell me if I buy these put position and I buy these call position, I have potentially I can free up 41 lakh margin, So this is kind of a good nudge for me, which I have this habit of buying naked. So I click on this and it quickly tells me, uh, okay, yeah, this is attractive enough for me to take position or not. For example, if I go to say Maruti and it says 8 lakh, fine. I mean, I have a lot of free margin available. I don't want to buy any hedge, so I'll let it be like that. So this helps me quickly decide, you know, oh wow, there's a lot of margin which you can free up. Now, how do we do it? So if you go back to settings, so here I have some default parameters for Nifty hedge 500 for Bank Nifty 400 for stock 100. What this means is, so the lowest strike price is 15,300 and the highest is 16,350. So it's going to add or try to buy a put 500 points below the lowest and 500 points above the highest. So base of that, if you see 14,800, 16,850, this is just an indicator. You can go ahead and buy lower than this and above than this, but this is just to create what's the impact on margin if you do this. This is just to show that. Yeah, and then the next, what you can do here, you can also create some tags. These tags are different from strategies. Okay, so what you see here, these are the strategies I have created. uh, Test strategy, and maybe let me just jump off this first. So I have a strategy named test, and these two positions are there. To delete the strategy, you click on Temper Monkey and you say delete strategy. You put your strategy name. It will just delete the grouping. It does not impact your position. Your position stays there. So delete. So now you see test is gone. My position is still there, but just the grouping is gone. Okay. Now to create a grouping similar, you have to select the position. Then you have to go here and you say add or create new strategy. Let me say test. Okay, okay. And my test strategy is created. Now you can filter, you can monitor. So there is another feature called auto refresh PNL. So once you click on auto refresh PNL, when market is open, any change in the PNL, your strategy keeps on changing. This is super useful if you're managing multiple accounts. So if you see the whatever strategy I select, the PNL is also shown in the title. So this is super useful when I'm working on this particular account. What's happening in my specific strategy in other accounts, the PNL will keep on updating here, which is very useful. I find it very useful. So along with that, yeah, you can create tags here. So for example, PRS followers, we have something called reference trade, martingales, so you can simply go to a position, click on plus, and then you can add a tag, give a tag name and give a color if you want. So for example, what I've done earlier, reference trade dot green. So if you go back to your position, you will see reference trade dot green. You want to delete it, just click on the position, delete. Uh, so I also use these features to make quick notes. For example, I may want to close this when it hits 60. Of course, I can put stop loss, but this is more. I'm just creating a use case I use sometimes. Uh, so exit at 60. No. So I don't want, it's not a hard exit, but I just want to remind myself that when I plan, I want it to exit at 60. or maybe sometimes I decide to exit at 60, but I don't. So it's more of a reminder to me to to see what happened. Yeah. So other thing, when you're adding or when you're selling a new and you're taking a new trade, below margin required, you can quickly see what's the premium you're receiving and what's going to be the ROI for this particular position, if you decide to take this trade. So yeah, that's about it on the position side. There, of course, there's also a filter in the watch list. So if you want, you can, filter specific, say for example, I only want to see Bank Nifty or bank related. You can quickly filter your watch list and see only the skips you want. So another feature we can see is on sensible pop-up. So on analyze, you can see a new drop down here. You can use this to only see the chart based on the expiry. So if you have multiple expiry positions, you can click and filter. You can also just see the payoff chart for your strategy. You don't have to individually click on it. So it just makes it easier to just click one click and have the chart seen for your strategy. So that is it for the positions. I think I've covered most of it. We have something similar on holding section, but here we have only tags, and tags are also shown as filters here. So if I see I have so many tags, so I filter on keepers. If you see on my left, uh, I have 26, I filtered 26 stop, and none of those 26 stocks are in my watch list, so watch list become empty. So let me go to watch list number one. So I have some Nifty 50 stocks here. I think 50 of those. Right now, based on my filter, only so I have the huge list, and then I say keepers, and then only the ones which uh, are selected show up here. And then I want to go to TCS, where TCS, click here, and then it takes me to TCS. So just small filtering features, and you have this plus button. You can add as many tags as you want, and based on those tags, you can filter and you can see the PNL. So most of the functionality is there on the positions tab. The holdings tab has very less functionality. Yeah. So that's it. Enjoy. Happy trading, guys.